This is Carrie Johnson with the Iowa Department of Management, and I'm going to provide an overview of Part 4 of the Local Government Budget and Valuation System Basics. This particular part is going to talk about errors and some other checks that you would do within the system after you've submitted data. And just kind of want to go over a few things that you need to make sure that you do to avoid some of those errors. In order to run a report that provides estimated TIF revenue for the TIF areas in your county, the current year TIF rates need to be populated. The system should populate those rates for you, but if the rates aren't appearing for any reason for existing increment districts, you click Populate Rates at the bottom of the screen. You would need to enter the TIF rate for any newly created TIF increment districts in the new valuation year and select Save. So this is just kind of a reminder that you will run into errors if you haven't done this step in the process, and it is really to allow for the generation of the estimated TIF revenue worksheet. So again, you go to TIF area revenue, you'll see that the system should have populated these current year rates for you. But if you created a new district, so obviously it wouldn't be in the current year system, you would need to enter the applicable rate for that new tax district, select Save, and then it would be populated for you. So it's important, and you'll need to do so before you file your data. You need to run your errors checks and see if you have any errors or any warnings that you need to double check. So in this case, with this particular county, in this example we did, they ran the errors check and they have one error and 3 warnings. So the error will stop them from filing their data and making it public. So the error needs to be fixed. The error listed in this case is that a TIF increment district was not assigned to a TIF area. So we created a new increment district, but the increment district needs to have a home. It needs to be assigned to its applicable TIF area. So that's an easy fix to make, but one that is crucial and necessary prior to filing data. Also, there are a couple warnings. This is a TIF area doesn't have any taxing district associated. If the TIF area is no longer needed, you would want to go and delete it. So if there's a TIF area out there that has no taxing districts associated, in most cases, it probably needs to be deleted. So that's something you would want to go ahead and take care of. There's also a warning here for tax districts that have 0 reported for the frozen base, and this actually is okay, but you would want to, when the frozen base here is set, you would want to go back and enter that number, that frozen base year, in your data and make sure that it is included once that frozen base year is set for that year. Again, with the errors, if you have any errors, you cannot file your data. Warnings allow you to file your data. It's just telling you to take another look at some of those items. The rollback worksheet is a worksheet that's going to take a look at your submitted 100% value. It's going to pull over the taxation, the assessment limitation rate percentage. It's going to apply that to your 100% value and see what is produced by class. So totals by class, produced taxable value using your 100%, and then it'll compare that to your taxable from the database. And you would expect to see small differences here that are basically due to rounding. If you have large differences, that's when you need to go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. This is more along the lines of what we'd expect to see, small differences that are basically due to rounding. With the rollback worksheet, you can open it, you can print it, you can download it to take another closer look at it after you run it. Some common errors that folks run into, the rollback value differences are large. That could be due to the placement of multi-residential value. I think folks have kind of gotten used to that new class of value, so it's not as much of an issue now, but that was an error we were running into. Also, TIF increment districts not assigned to TIF areas. You need to take that step after you create a new TIF base and increment pair. You need to take the step then to assign that increment district to the TIF area to which it belongs. Another big error that we run into is city ag land being reported in non-city ag taxing districts or value other than city ag land in city ag taxing districts, especially residential, if there's a residential property there. So just keep in mind that those are some of our more common errors. And if you run into those, you can definitely contact me, or if there's any errors you're running into that you're just not sure how to approach, certainly contact me. And you can reach me by phone or by email. Thank you.